There we are. I pushed the wrong button earlier. Hang on just a second, I'm gonna say goodbye to somebody. All right, so I'm back from spring break. I was out all last week. I want to do something a little bit differently. It's kind of more of a throwback though. It's the same but different, right? I'm not on camera this morning, but that is because I've been focused on the charts. In fact, I thought my glasses weren't working when I first came on and saw this big guy, because at the time it was, I don't know, disorienting. But this is, I'm calling it the taco candle this morning. We'll talk about that, but let me do some good morning. So good morning to Happy Kid. Welcome. I know you're in our Discord now. I appreciate that. Rocky Mountain, Tony, Mike, Pop. Yay, y'all are here. So I am planning on moving over to the Discord instead of staying live to trade here today. So we're going to do a pre-market, what I'm looking at here, instead of me trying to type it out. And then it's Monday morning. I'm going to trade in the voice chat. Anyway, so we've really kind of watched, I was talking about this candle. We've really watched this whole war news in real time this morning. But, well, okay, so the market's been pricing in war news, right? That's, oh my God, this is so depressing. War, war, war. But we just kind of repriced it in real time this morning. And basically, you know, Trump was saying that they had 48 hours and then they're going to be hitting power plants in Iran. And so the taco idea, Trump always, what is it? He always wimps out, basically. So that's the idea. Is Trump has now said that, you know what, actually, we're going to back off of Iran. Let's not worry so much about that right now. I had the article pulled up, but I lost it now. But basically, it's been a de-escalation with any and all strikes. So we're not going to be looking to attack those power and energy infrastructure targets for at least 5 days while we have some talks. So the result of that is the dollar has moved lower, which is, and crude has also. But that's helping the indexes move higher. So there's the indexes moving higher up there. The VIX is open right now. It gapped down. We're gonna see the VIX open potentially not at 30, which will be nice. I missed that last week. Well, I wouldn't say I missed it. So basically, you know, we've had all this war news. We're now pausing the strikes. We're getting this big candle here. You know what, I'm going to go back to the hourly real quick. Wasn't quite done there. And we did get a really nice move right off of this low. So I marked the low 64.8350. This is on the June contract, so we should all be rolled by now. Last week was technically roll week. I rolled early because I was leaving town, but so we have the equities are going to get some relief today, right? We've got futures up. The rest of the stocks are looking pretty decent this morning. That was the wrong chart. This one, you know, the stocks are following the news here too. So we are looking to have a gap up on the overnight markets. The way that I'm kind of looking at this, and I've got the levels on here. I've marked kind of where that well, this is literally the gap for the week, but what really kind of stood out to me is that we have this 65.50 area right in the middle of that, and that's a pretty clear retest. The thing that I'm looking at though is also the high and low from Friday. Let me put this in a different color. Turn the tunes down a little bit more here. Oh really? I wasn't even looking at it. I started early and y'all all joined me, huh? Nice. That actually wasn't even working when I got on. Anyway, welcome to all the new people. I'm gonna catch up in chat in just a minute. I'm gonna finish this thought here. So what I've done is I've just drawn a box around Friday's price action. We'll make it a little more easy to see here, hopefully. But so this is kind of my I'm used to doing a line in the sand. So it might kind of be up here around the 68.20 area up there, around that high. But what I'm really looking at is, so we have the taco news. We had the, oh, war, life's terrible. And then we had a big ol' boner candle. I want to see if now we're going to hold above Friday's high. Friday's high is going to be a really important number, and we'll go ahead and mark that. So that's right there, the 66.1775. That's going to be an important number to see if we hold above that. If we hold above Friday, then we're very clearly in a change of structure and a change of everything that's been going on with the war, like the whole narrative here. If we get back inside of that and start chopping inside of Friday's, that's kind of, I think, the most risky idea here, is that we're going to get stuck chopping around in here. If we do come down and retest the 65.50, I want to see us get back above that high from Friday. I might give a little bit of slack if we can get up to 6,600 and hold, but that's kind of the thing. Right now the tape's pretty thin, so I didn't trade this. Maybe some of y'all caught some points here. I decided not to trade it just because of the tape being so thin. If we do continue higher, I mean, we have this level right here, the 66.90 is that high from last Thursday. I pulled that one out. I like that level. And then we have another magnet up there. This is an older magnet. This would have been from the prior week or two, up at 67.42. I believe that's an adjusted magnet also. So those would be kind of the targets up there. And then continuing up, we have 67.66, you know, all the way down from 64.83. So that's kind of crazy. If we don't hold this high from Friday, I think it's a little bit more clear. We talked about that magnet down there, 65.50. And then we also have the low from Friday, 65.23 area down to the bottom of that gap. And then the taco low, if we get down to the taco low, I mean, stuff's kind of scary down there. I think we're more likely to chop if we get kind of back inside of there. I'm about to catch back up on chat, but I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to catch up on chat and then we'll look at the data for the week. Good morning, Oscarito. Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to turn the giveaway thing off. We're not going to do a giveaway this morning, but I am going to do some giveaways we're going to change it to giveaways a little bit. We're going to start doing the Discord ones, hopefully this week. Pop, to be honest, it looks like it can be a larger time frame, lower high. Yeah, well, it would be a higher. We'll see what happens. I might be getting that out of order here too. You're not late, Boba. You're great. We can't banish Boba. All right. This hit will dump 400 points today. Wow, we got some bears in the chat. Good morning, Trish. Good morning, KJ. Yes, I mean, I needed a spring break. It's been harder lately for me to get time fully away from the charts. So I planned it that way. Everyone was like, bring Starlink. Like, no, that's the whole point. There's no Starlink on this trip. So I think it's good to get away from the charts. I like to try to plan these on roll weeks. We had spring break during roll week, which was also FOMC. So I liked that. Yeah, we have been in a downtrend for a while. So that's what we're potentially breaking today with this taco trade. Let's look at the news. Where did I lose that window? Okay, so there's not a ton of data on this week. I didn't have this ready. There we go. So we have PMI on Tuesday and the Richmond Manufacturing Index, and those will help give us an indication of what the momentum is with the growth. So that's what the Fed's looking for, is like, what's the momentum with the PMI here? Is that super tiny? That's a little better. Thursday, we have unemployment claims, and so this area, the 200, around 200, is showing some resilience. So unless we see this number jump up surprisingly high, so right now they're expecting us to move a little bit higher, unless it's a surprisingly high jump, that should be okay. Basically though, I mean, geopolitics is kind of where we're at this morning. This is a geopolitics candle here, and geopolitics is what we're kind of dealing with right now. So we'll go back and kind of revamp and look at the actual things for what we're looking at. But this is pretty headline driven. So that's kind of the name of the game, is we're going to be looking to see what the reaction for the market is given this headline. So far, it's looking like it wants to go retest that high. I did mark that. You see that? I don't know if you can read the writing. It says taco high on that. So I marked the taco high. I basically have the taco low. I labeled it taco low here as the pre-market low, but that volume came in right there at the 65.05. So you could mark that level as well. But again, as long as we're holding, especially above the Friday RTH highs, this is bullish to me. This is making me look for bounces. If I'm going to try to blindly buy this level, it's going to have a shorter stop because of this level down here, this magnet, the 65.50 down there. But if it continues higher, these are kind of the levels to test. I pulled these levels out. This could be a zone between these purple levels also, because if you look, this is really kind of order blocky, whatever, like where all these consolidations have happened. So that's from the 66.32 up to 66.56. That's just a really big range. Although when you look at how big this candle is, like this data candle is massive. 258 ES points. Like that's actually insane. Oh, is there a Ninja Trader competition? I'm behind on all that stuff. Y'all know I like the competitions and I'll use a prop firm too, but I like to focus on my trading first. So that's my focus right now, is getting back into the swing of getting my accounts going, my real live account first, and then getting some bonus money with the props. But the Ninja Trader arenas are fun. I was thinking that I should do a custom one again. Maybe we'll do indexes versus metals or something. We can see who can trade the most. So right now we're getting a reaction off of the 69.60 level. I told y'all to watch out for that one. You can see why on the hourly too. So that was the high from Thursday. And then it was also kind of a breakdown point that was retested pre-market. So we're watching that level as well. And then I pointed out that one above. So the other thing that we can do when we have a big candle like this, and I'll leave this on a chart. So we have the data candle. Well, it's a news candle. I'm used to saying data because these are usually data candles, but this one's a news candle. And you can literally just put a Fibonacci on it too. And the Fibonacci's are really kind of looking to have us hold this same area. Basically, we lost this level on Friday, the 69 or 65.90. These levels are so far apart. This is getting crazy to talk about. But we lost the 65.90 on Thursday, and then that was retested from below. So that's what we've broken through. So that's an important level to hold. And from there up to that 66.17 is really lining up pretty nicely with that golden pocket. So again, like that's kind of the key area to retest. That's a nice area to look for a reversal. Of course, when we get there, I don't like blindly looking. I like to see some sort of signs that we're reversing. You can either use price action like inside bars and stuff like that, or wicks. And I like to look at the MACD and things like that, what's going on underneath there. All right. Oh, we did not go to Padre. I saw there was some drama at North Padre. That bull move made New York Open hard to trade. Yeah, I think that the New York Open is probably going to be a little bit digesting this move, especially given that it's Monday. I think it's a good day to sit and wait and see what's going to happen after open, because it might just be we get a really nice move that you have to be patient for to buy this area down here. So this is on the hourly, but if I go down to, well, I'm watching the 5 minute on the other one. We'll look at the 5 minute. If we even go down to the 5 minute, like this, all of these levels still make a ton of sense to watch, with the 66.17 down to 66.90. That really is kind of the golden pocket there too. Golden pocket. 6600's lining up real well with that 50% retracement too. So this is a decently likely spot to test. The thing is, we've got the low right there a little bit higher, so we'll have to see if that low breaks. You bought some SPY lotto calls for April? Nice! You're going to be up stupid, hopefully. I make more Pixel. I make more money trading my live account, but I focus on my live account. I'm going to kind of close with this because I'm going to go get one kid off to school and then get ready for my own trading. But the way I look at it, like these prop firms, you spend a lot of time earning a prop firm, and I know that they say it's an 80 or 90 split, but the way they've structured the accounts these days, the way the accounts are limited on the number of payouts you get, you know exactly what on the best day you're going to get back off of those accounts. And I haven't done one of these videos. I got called out for not making a lot of prop firm videos, but man, they don't want me to make these videos because I can explain to y'all the math on this stuff, and it's not real cute. But we've got whatchamacallit? I just lost my train of thought. All these days that you lose all of this time screwing around on these things, and it's the downtime. That's the word I'm trying to get at. There's a lot of downtime with prop accounts. There's not downtime with my live account. As long as I'm not a tard and it can like keep trading normally, it'll work out really nicely. So oh wow, you won a Ninja Trader Arena. I mean, you have trading's hard. This is not an easy game. I don't know why people come to this and think all of a sudden it's going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. This is a hard thing to do. Trading's hard to do, and we have to learn the discipline. But the way I look at it, we're the commodity with prop firms, right? So they're taking our money and every once in a while paying somebody out of it. But the real traders, the people that are making wealth changing money, you can make a little bit of extra money with prop firms, but if you want to build wealth, you have to at some point bite the bullet and start trading real money. You can make some income from prop accounts, but you can't build wealth with it. And that's what I've always been in here for. I'm not a 20-year-old trying to make my first bucks. I've already made $1 million in a year before. So for me, it's not trying to make $5,000 here, $2,500 there. I'm trying to build something really massive that's going to last generations here, and prop firms aren't going to get me there. Prop firms will help me buy an extra Dior purse this year or something, but they're not, I mean, you know, that's like adding something. It's not what's going to be the foundation of what's going to set my kids up later and all that sort of thing. So that's the way I look at it. We can talk more about that later, and I do have to make some more prop firm videos, but I'm definitely doing shit in my terms. So that's a little bit different about me. I think there's definitely room for both. That's why everyone always wants me to be black and white and say real live money trading is better than prop trading, or prop trading is better than real live trading. They're different. It's just algo strategies. If you're an algo trader, you use a different strategy. It's a different mindset. Prop trading is its own mindset. It is its own strategy. And options trading, wheel trading, all of that has its own mindset and its own trading. And you can do more than one at a time. I do. I think it's a good idea. But you can't do everything all at once. And so you have to focus a little bit. All right. What was the news that moved the market? That was Trump. So I talked a lot about this at the beginning, but basically, so I'll sum this up. So that the big candle is we had Trump say that we gave him a 48-hour deadline to do this, or else we're going to start bombing power plants and energy places. And Trump decided not to. So that's why I was calling it a taco trade. My levels are marked taco on here because that's a taco trade. If you don't know why that is, you should probably Google it at this point, because I'm going to go, I got a kid that I need to get off to school, and then I'll be trading in the Discord. I'm going to drop y'all the Discord link. So there it is. If you want to come trade with us there, we're going to get on voice in a little bit. It'll be more chill than a YouTube session. I'll probably do a YouTube session this week too, but for now, it's Monday. I want to go trade with my buddies in Discord. So we're going to go do that. I'm going to get out of here so that this can process and anyone who is late can go get their synopsis for the morning. Thanks for joining me, y'all. I will see you in Discord.
Some say she tamed a bull with a limit order and turned a bearish day into a full-on border. Candles bow, stop, salute, profit, surrender. The trading ranch belongs to her, the ultimate defender. Day